I was trained as a functional potter. I feel that it's kind of limiting when it comes to expression of an idea or of a concept. But art and making is about putting part of who you are in what you're making, and that's what connects to other people. The non-functionality part is trying to help move ceramics from an area of craft and functionality closer to an object that becomes more like a painting, more like artwork, so that it's deeper than what its form is. I've always been about the process, and ceramics, it's a process. Ceramics, it's one of the very few places that I allow myself to be more curious and ask the question, what if? I discovered ceramics what was supposed to be my last year of college. I went to UW Parkside and I was studying psychology. I ended up being 3 credits short to be able to take that next step. I ended up trying my hand at Intro to Wheel Throwing 101. By the end of that semester, I was actually spending more time in the ceramic studio, so I ended up changing my major at that point and haven't really looked back since then. Today we are at the new House of RAD. We're in the Menomonee River Valley. We've doubled our space to take in more artists, which we already have a waiting list. The name of my studio is Looking Wolf Studio. My artwork at that point was really focused on my Mexican heritage and my Native American heritage. Ishta Sugmani Tutanka Wakan, which basically means looking wolf. In Lakota, right now I'm working on an untitled show for MOA that's going to be at the St. Kate. I want to make very intricate individual pieces that when hung together almost become overwhelming at the sight of such a gathering. As we would look at this composition, we would sort of find individual pieces that would resonate with us, with each one of us. That thing that we've forgotten, that we're all made out of exactly the same thing. It's just the composition that we're exhibiting, which is what makes us unique, but not to the point of being better or worse than any of the other pieces in the composition. The vessels that I chose to make, they're a little bit taller. They've got a little bit more of a biomorphic shape. They have a bit of weight to them. I wanted to kind of make them feel a little bit more grounded. I started learning about world religions. And one of the things that resonated with me was Buddhism. Specifically, Korean Zen Buddhism, because enlightenment isn't the last stop to enlightenment. So what if you're enlightened, but how do you help this world? That's the enlightenment part, when you can figure out how you help other beings. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start out with a small circle in the middle made by coils, and then I'm going to make tiny coils, and I'm going to join them together and then surround that with another coil. That's the premise here. I've been teaching ceramics since about 1989. I love teaching, and people love the way I teach. So what I teach is we're going to make shapes that are going to challenge the way you use your fingers and the tools that are accessible to you, but are going to teach you so that you can make any shape that you conceive. You just have to understand how clay and you relate at the moment. So again, it goes back to that Zen Buddhism idea of be present, be here now. That's the beginning of enlightenment. The next step is, how do I use this to help others?
Thanks for watching the Arts Page. Please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more stories of art in our community.